Well, another happy Friday. We're in Advent and in December.
We are in December, although it does not feel like it.
No.
This is
Shorts
like
weather.
Yeah, shorts weather. I played golf yesterday.
I saw some motorcycles out today.
Yeah. Happy December to you as well.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get right into it. We got a lot.
We do. We have Advent resources where actually the children took their little Advent calendars. Were wiped out, so that's good. And we even got a lot of them this year. But we still have the Watch and Wait daily reflections for adults. So please, if you haven't taken one home for your family to use, we encourage you to do that. We also have the Hallow Catholic app. There's little QR codes
and brochures in the pews as well.
Yeah, so we invite you to take advantage of that to help your Advent preparations.
Yeah. Nativity sets, the Willow Tree Nativity sets are going to be raffled off this weekend after Mass. They're $1 raffle tickets. The winner will be picked at the end of, or at least after 12:15 Mass this weekend. So if you haven't yet gotten any of those raffle tickets for the Willow Tree Nativity set, you can do so this weekend.
And those benefit our pro-life committee, who then shares that with a number of organizations. Yep. So we have some Incarnate Word merchandise. It's branded merchandise.
I don't call it merchandise. I call it swag.
Swag. All right.
Yes, Incarnate Word swag.
So that's a cooler. It holds 18 cans. And I believe it's $30.
Yeah, minor prices, right?
And then there's oversized blankets with the Incarnate Word thing. I may just wear this. I've been cold earlier in the day.
You're cold?
I was, yes. The church was blowing cold air like crazy. So you can watch TV. Yeah, I know you will. All right, so anyway, Incarnate Word, if you want, that'll be in the vestibule this weekend. Consider if you want.
Yeah.
Great.
Then we have the giving tree. Thank you again for everyone for their donations. We've had hundreds of gifts and gift cards. If you still have a gift, you can still bring it to the parish office. We would prefer you do it as soon as possible because a number of these organizations need to be able to get their gifts out this year.
That's right. And we'll keep whatever,
Yeah. Might as well.
Kidding. So I think, this coming Monday is kind of the last chance for us to get it to the organizations that need it.
This weekend we have our winter retreat for our high schoolers, so please pray for them. They're going to be out at LaSalle Retreat Center in Wildwood. We'll be going out there as well for confessions tomorrow. And speaking of confessions.
Yes, we had our first group of reconciliation recipients this past Monday, and another group this coming Monday. And that's always, we can't talk about obviously what we hear, but it's sort of one that you just walk away smiling.
Yes.
It's great to see their excitement and how seriously they take it.
Yeah. Coming up next week is something we actually haven't had for almost 2 years, and that is a holy day of obligation. I don't know if you remember what those are, good people of God, but they're days where we go to Mass. We are obligated to go to Mass. That are not Sundays. Shocker, we do and can go to Mass on days other than Sunday. So it'll be the Immaculate Conception of the Blessed Mother. It'll be next Wednesday, December 8th. And again, it is a holy day of obligation. For Masses, we will have a Vigil Mass at 6 p.m. the night before on the 7th. And then the day of, we are having Masses at 7, 8:30 a.m., noon, and 6 p.m. The school and the parish office will be closed during the day, so just please keep that in mind. But again, we'll have Masses, the Vigil, the evening before at 6 p.m., 7 a.m., 8:30 a.m., noon, and 6 p.m. on the day of. So, since you have been informed of it, you have no excuse to miss. Gotcha.
And she is the patroness of our country, so that's another reason why
Very
the
much
Immaculate
so.
Conception is pretty much always a holy day of obligation unless it falls on a Sunday or something.
Yeah.
So it's a good chance, especially with the Supreme Court, considering the arguments with Roe versus Wade. It's another layer that we can add prayer onto for our country and all of that. So please join us.
Definitely.
We have the Advent concert for our school kids, December 9th already. So that's
already
a week from yesterday.
Yeah.
So 6 days from now, 2 p.m. for the school kids and 7 p.m. for parents and guests in the Kent Center. And that involves our first, second, and third graders. And if you've ever been to these Christmas pageants, there's like one volume.
Yes.
And that is somewhere between ear piercing and something else.
Yeah.
So, it'll joy to the world.
Joy to the world indeed. Baptisms. We've had a couple of baptisms recently. Alexander Charles Brown, son of Nathan and Rebecca. And
That's my nephew.
Well, sorry.
Yeah. No, that's fine. We just are glad that his first name is Alex because Charles Brown.
Brown would be that
It'd
potentially
be a life of hardship.
A life of hardship, yes. Yeah. And maybe early balding
exactly.
as well. And then Sterling Sidney McSpadden, son of Derek and Julie. So we congratulate them. We've also had a number of funerals in the last few days. Mike Rozier, husband of Sue and son of Betty. Virginia Smith, you had her funeral today. I've got the funeral for Helen Riekman on Monday, a parishioner here for 46 years. And then a Monday funeral you have for
Tom and Shirley Reinberger, who longtime parishioners and died during the COVID restrictions. So we're finally kind of giving them those prayers at Mass.
Absolutely. So for all of them, we pray for the repose of their souls. All right, second Sunday of Advent. Already.
I know you want this blanket. I can see you like kind of checking it out.
Good. I'm good. It's just a weird look for you. I'm going to be preaching on the element of surprise. How God, whenever he arrives, he kind of does so in a surprising manner. He does it to kind of catch us off guard. And a good example of that, or one of the first examples in the New Testament, is the person of John the Baptist. The gospel this weekend will begin with St. Luke invoking all the high and mighty people of his day. Like when Tiberius Caesar was emperor and Pontius Pilate was governor of Judea, he invokes all these high and mighty people, and then he goes to John the Baptist. It's almost like in a movie of the nice music and then like the record screeches kind of sound. I don't even know what that's specifically called, but just like the and then you see John the Baptist, this dude who eats locusts and wears camel's hair in the desert.
Weren't you talking about? I think it was you. A couple weeks ago, the other guys.
Yes.
That movie where we're like, you think they're the stars of the show, and then they go splat.
Yeah, and then they go splat, indeed, yes. That's a weird reference to make right here. But yeah, he does something unexpected by making John the Baptist this herald of Jesus. And even just the way that Jesus comes in a very unexpected way, in a manger, in this little outpost in Bethlehem, where you would think that the Savior would come in this great city center, but he goes to Bethlehem instead, and even just the person of Mary and all these other ways that God sort of surprises us. And I'm just going to talk about sort of embracing that surprise. All of us can probably look back on times in our life where God worked in a way that we didn't expect. And so it's important to have our hearts open to that so that we can perceive his work and know where his hand is.
Great. I think I'm going to, and those of you, I don't know, it would have been right around the time you were going to high school, I think. But if you remember Highway 40.
Yes.
So one of the things I never forgot, I wasn't even driving at the time. I remember how bad it was, but then especially after I was driving, you would get on Highway 40 from Lindbergh, and it was like you had maybe 300 feet, and it was like a super sharp turn to get on the highway, and you couldn't get any speed. And everyone's trying to get off. It was just like brutal.
Chaos. Hampton was like that too.
Yeah, all of Highway 40 was terrible. And John the Baptist talks about making straight the path of the Lord. And I was thinking of road work stings because it causes traffic, it slows things down. But when it's done, like when you drive on Highway 40 now, it's awesome going into the city. But it used to be terrible. And
could have added another lane.
They could have added another lane. That's true. But
like me griping.
Like us, a lot of times we don't want to do the road work in our hearts for God. And we live with the congestion and the danger that comes from sin. Sin puts in curves and dips and bad pavement. So I just thought of, like, I think most of us know bad roads. You know, when you travel in the mountains, it looks like it's a short road. Yeah, it's like you think it's a short distance, but it takes forever because the roads are bad. How often we kind of tolerate bad roads in our heart rather than putting up with the so-called inconvenience and traffic that comes with rerouting. That's what Advent is like, take the time, fix it, do it right, and then what comes afterwards, you almost say, why didn't we do this sooner?
Yeah.
Or why did we live with that for so long where it was so dangerous and so congested? So that's just something I want to kind of maybe flesh that out a little bit more. You know,
what are
the spiritual, spiritual road work that you and I need to do, and maybe that we keep putting off to.
I wish that was my idea for this weekend. Sounds better.
So we'll. So anyway, so we're looking forward to continuing to serve you this weekend.
Absolutely.
And I just can't wait. I mean, Advent's great, but I'm like ready for a break. I don't know if you are. I'm kind of like getting with the confessions and
I've heard confessions 3 nights this week, and we'll do it again on Saturday.
Yeah.
This is our busiest time of the year. Think of it this way, folks. It's all the confessions of Lent condensed into about 4 weeks rather than 6, plus all the Christmas parties, which are great to have, at least compared to last year.
Yeah.
So it is our busiest time of the year, but January might be.
So if we look a little haggard, you'll know why.
Yeah, January might be your priest's favorite month of the year. Even if it's cold and dreary, it might be our favorite month of the year.
Catch our breath.
Yeah. So anyway, we hope to see you this weekend. Enjoy the weather, at least today. And see you around this weekend.
All right. God bless.
God bless.